All right, guys, we want to welcome you guys to Vinny's Talk, man. We are covering, as you may know, the Kiely Rodni case. And these are just my opinions, guys. Welcome to Vinny's Talk. These are just my opinions, and these are my thoughts, my theories. Who is Sami Smith? We're going to go through and look at some of the interviews. And I want to say that I'm trying not to be biased about Kiely's friends, so-called friends. You know, Sami really didn't, in my own opinion, really didn't act like a true friend of Kiely's, just because of a lot of the things that she's have done, her actions, her words that she has spoken in these interviews. And, you know, I don't hate anybody, but I try not to be biased in my opinions and try to pass judgment, but just learning about these characters and these humans, just fucking sketchy. You know, it's very sketchy to see. But today we're just gonna go through some of these interviews with Sami Smith, and, you know, also give my take and thoughts about this whole Kiely Rodni case, man. Rest in peace. A lot of different things that are happening in the news. Well, not in the news, but in the YouTube community, and people that are starting to come out with other things like these infrared cameras, the fire cameras that were at Prosser Campground and Alder. You know, I mean, I'm not sure how to feel totally about it. I'm not trying to say that, I'm not trying to, discredit them or say that maybe they weren't real or whatever shit that people are trying to say they're not real, whatever, because I did see some of the videos, but that's for another talk. But right now, guys, I just want to get into these these interviews, and just share my thoughts. So let's get into this.
Feeling like they aren't doing enough, trust me, you are doing enough.
All right.
Here, you thinking about her, you praying for her, everything you do matters. If you're not able to make it out, that sucks. It's okay. Make it out the next day if you can. You can't make it out at all, you're thinking about her. She would love that. And when she gets back, she's gonna know that you all damn love her so much. Like, yeah! That's all. Thank you.
Sami Smith, one of Kiely's good friends, is organizing crews of community members who are looking for the teen across the Tahoe region.
Glenshire.
These flyers are posted in neighborhoods, downtown Truckee,
Here we go.
and campsites.
So this is where everybody's hanging out. Kiely and I were meeting up right here a lot.
Local young people call this open area near the Prosser family campground the Sanctuary. It's a common place for parties. Sami says she was here with Kiely Friday night, along with tons of other high school and college kids from the Bay Area all the way to Nevada.
Right now our estimate is about 200 to 250, maybe more.
What she and Kiely's family want to know is how no one saw her leave in her silver Honda CRV. Her car is still missing.
I can't believe it. There has to have been one person. There are people sitting in cars. There are people everywhere around this place.
She and detectives are begging for people who were at this party to come forward.
It grew to be way larger than ever expected.
Within the only 10 minutes that I was there, I literally had a group of 5 guys try to come get me to take as many bong rips as I could, forcefully without my boyfriend present.
There was a lot of guys that did approach us. Definitely, I was getting a gut feeling during that.
Meg says that
just didn't feel right with the amount of people that were there.
she was almost being forced to take bong rips. Now,
it was scary.
oh man, I really don't know how to feel towards her friends right now, or supposedly. If that was the case, why would you stay here? Why would you stay? Anyways, let's keep watching.
I was getting a gut feeling during that party that something just didn't feel right with the amount of people that were there, and how old some of these people were. From the amount of people who did show up,
Okay, Sami Smith says that there was a large amount of people at this party, right? And normally there wasn't that many people that would be coming to these parties, and on this night that was different, that there was a large amount of people at the party, which is, I don't know if it's true, but that's what she says. But you can't really take her word because I don't know. But yeah, guys, let's just keep watching because there's a lot of interesting interviews, a lot of interesting things that she's going to say that I want to touch on. So all right.
Join Planet Fitness today and get more epic energy and better sleep with tons of equipment and our.
Realized that she was too intoxicated to give me a ride home.
Whoa, pause. Miss Sammy Smith. Pause that for 1 second. Sammy Smith said, I realized she was supposed to give me a ride home, but I realized that she was too intoxicated to give me a ride home. Now, Sammy, you know, supposedly you were her friend, right? If you really were her friend, and if she was intoxicated, we don't know the facts behind it, but why wouldn't you call someone? Call her mom, call someone of close relation to Kiely that could possibly arrange a ride home? But you say she is too intoxicated to give you a ride home. But what about her well-being? So it seems like your well-being is more important than her well-being. Supposedly you're her friend. You're supposed to look out for your friends. Oh, man, Sammy. What are we going to do, man? Sammy Smith here. Let's keep watching, guys. I might need a smoke.
Sami Smith says she was the last person to speak with her at the party early Saturday morning.
She was having a fun time at a party, just being a teenager. Everything she drank, I drank out of. And there was nothing that seemed off about her. Her car was parked right there.
She was hold on, pause for a second. She was the last person. Sammy says she was the last person. We covered this before. She said she was the last person to talk to her, right? She also said that she was sharing drinks with Kiely Rodni. I just don't understand this girl, dude. Let's keep watching, guys. This is crazy. We're dissecting this right now. We're trying to share our thoughts and put our own opinions on this, but yeah.
There, along there, that's where we would go and everything. The party was set up over here, where that white car is where the majority of kids were standing, and between these 3 trees right here, this is where the lights were hung up, and there were cars on here. Here's the road you take to get out here. Where that white car is where the majority of kids were standing, and between these 3 trees right here, this is where the lights were hung up.
A friend showed us the area where an estimated 200 to 300 young partiers had gathered.
There were cars all up in here and all back in there.
A lot of older people started showing up that people didn't know. Like, a lot of drugs were involved, like drugs that we don't typically have just in parties. And our parties also just aren't normally that big.
Kiely Rodni was last seen around 12:30 in the morning.
I went up to her and I said, hey, I got another ride home, because she was meant to be my ride home, but I knew she was too intoxicated to get me
Wait a
home.
minute. Pause. Oh, once again, she says she was too intoxicated. Sammy says that Kiely was too intoxicated to give you a ride home. So I found another ride home. But who was this magical person? Who is this person that she did? We were trying to figure out who this person got, that she has got a ride home from. And how is her existence more important than Kiely's, especially being a friend of hers, supposedly being a friend? I mean, come on. Something is not right here, guys. Let's keep watching. Wow.
So I said, hey, I found another ride home. Like, I hope you stay safe. Like, I'll see you tomorrow. Like, I love you. Like, have fun and stuff. I think that.
Stop. So, pause. Another again. Pause again. Here we go. I hope you would stay safe. And I hope that you would, find a ride home. But as a friend, someone who cares for you, why didn't you take that extra responsibility, that extra step, that extra cautious mind thought to say, hey, like, my good friend here, I've been with her. She needs help. She needs a ride home. She's not in the right state of mind. Sami, this is where we have a problem. This is where I'm like, dude, I don't trust this girl. She's not being a good friend. I'm not trying to say that she had anything to do with the passing of Kiely, but it just seems very sketch, man. And just looking at these interviews of her responses and how she's talking, it's just like she doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's keep watching, guys.
It's totally possible that somebody could have taken her and maybe offered to drive her home.
Friends discounting the possibility Kiely tried to drive home on the dark campground roads and accidentally went into the lake.
They searched into the forest, they searched into the water, they searched in every single place, and there's no tire tracks or anything from what I know.
So pause. We'll pause again. Sami Smith says that they searched everywhere, and clearly that law enforcement didn't get it right. Sami also said that she believes Kiely had got a ride home, right? That's not the case. Allegedly. Like I said, these are my opinions. But anyways, let's play the video here.
You to be looking out for Kiely and Kiely's car
Right now,
Is anybody willing to go to Reno and maybe Midtown? Yeah, perfect.
Leading the team-to-team conversations. These are the conversations with no parents, no media, and no adults at home, no police. Because if there's that pressure from all of those sources on these kids, that could be what could be leading them to not share information. And that's all we need right now is any information. So if there's any teams out here that want to be a part of that, I will take you one by one into this area right here. Sorry, that seems creepy. I'm really just trying to help. I've been doing a lot right now. It's a little stressful, but I'm putting myself together, creating this, doing everything. I'm going to follow through posts and reaching out. I'm on the Kiely account and reading on everything. We've seen everything. We're recording everything. So with the team talk that's going on in Tahoe City today, I wanted to reiterate this to all of the adults, all of the kids. Please do not come to this. You can drop off your kids, but drive away. Drive away as far as you can so that they cannot see you and so that you cannot do anything. I am in contact with the deputies, I'm in contact with the detectives, I'm in contact with the FBI, everybody. I am the person that these kids need to be going to, and I've had...
I'm going to pause.
Anybody that knew about...
So as I'm watching her body language and how she's giving off these, and she's talking to supposedly the people out there that are searching for Kiely on this day, she doesn't seem like she really, she doesn't seem enthused about it. You know what I mean? But maybe that this was all. I mean, I'm not sure what was going through her mind. She could have been thinking something else. Maybe Sami truly did care about Kiely, whatnot. Like, I try not to pass judgment, but her kind of like the way she's talking, how she is going about this just doesn't seem right. So, yeah, let's keep watching, y'all. Keep watching Sami Smith.
Learned about the party after. No was anything at all. You knew somebody who went. You knew somebody who was planning on going. You knew any drugs or alcohol that was there. You knew somebody who brought somebody. Anything at all. Even if you do not know Kiely, you never met Kiely. You have no idea what's even going on. You knew about Prosser. Please come to me. Like, I would totally. Totally, yeah. So, Kiely is one of my close friends. We met through mutual friends, and we became closer in the past year to coming months recently, and she is just a light in a lot of people's lives. She's wonderful. She's smiling all the time. She's caring. She's beautiful. She's there for anybody who has ever needed her. She's very outgoing. She's outdoorsy too. She loves the water. She loves to sing. Her voice is just amazing too, and she's just a beautiful girl, and we all miss her a lot. And so, yes, I was the last person to contact her after the party, and I was with her basically throughout the entire party.
All right, hold on a second. Okay. She's pausing a lot. Just like me, I'm pausing a lot because I'm trying to understand Sami, the way she pauses. I mean, no, but for real, man, she's pausing. She keeps saying that she was the last person to be with Kiely, and I just don't see how that adds up, because she says that the last time she talked to Kiely was at 12:36, and the last time Kylie's phone had pinged was at like 12:33, I believe. So, just, man, I don't know. It's really hard to give credit to Sami Smith. Let's keep listening, man.
Sorry, I was
it's okay.
walking around with her. And
I know you got a lot going on. I get it.
I'm at the teen-to-teen meetup, so there's a lot of kids outside.
Oh, why does she keep pausing in her? She's like, I forgot. You know, like I had a brain fog. Sami, what's going on? Like, what is that? I don't know.
Everybody's wanting to talk to you, and like I said, I greatly appreciate every minute I have with you. Can you take a quick look at this photo? Is this what can you confirm whether or not she was wearing this at the night of the party? Is that what she was wearing?
Yeah, so that top is exactly what I saw her in. If you can see on her left side, on her hip, you can see some skin. She was wearing a black bodysuit. I remember because we went to the bathroom together, peed in the woods together a couple of times, and so that's her shirt right there. The pants were different that she wore to the party. She was wearing green Dickies pants, but that belt...
Did she just say we peed in the woods together? She popped a squat, is what she's saying. So she's admitting to drinking together and peeing in the woods together. Now, Sami, if you were a really friend, like a real true friend, you would have been like, Kiely, you're too drunk tonight. You know what I'm saying? You need to go home. We need to find you a ride home, right? So it's like, man, dude, it's hard to understand her right now, but I'm really trying to. I'm trying to, Sami. I'm smoking this, and I'm trying to understand you, but it's hard. All right, here we go, guys.
Green Dickies pants, but that belt is definitely what she's wearing too. I remember watching her have to take it off when we were using the restroom together. We were out using the outdoor restroom as like popping squat, basically. So
Poppy.
Yeah.
That was just released from the Placer County Sheriff's Office. This picture, I just found it on their Facebook page.
Yeah.
So there's talk about this top, the spaghetti straps top. Some people are saying it was found at the area. Can you confirm that, or is that?
Yeah. So that has not been confirmed. If it has not been posted on our Find Kiely Rodni Instagram page, or on the website, or on the Placer County Sheriff's Office Facebook or anything, then it is not true, and it is not something that people should be following on or trusting. The information will be posted and will be coming from us when it is confirmed. So to let people know what to look out for, if a changed shirt or something. So yeah, that has not been confirmed.
Okay.
It was supposed to be a senior farewell party where all the seniors and everybody from around our area, like Tahoe and Truckee and Incline and Kings Beach, were supposed to be there. They were invited there because it was supposed to be like saying goodbye to your favorite seniors before everybody starts going off to college, because soon enough here people are going to start leaving and moving out. And so Kylie's a senior, or she graduated early, so she's considered a senior, and I was a senior, so every senior was initially invited to the party. And as well, all grades were invited just so that they could say goodbye. So I had talked with Kiely, and I had known she was going beforehand. We hadn't planned on going together, and we ended up not going together. She came with her best friend Mags Larson. Magdalene, sorry, is her first name.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, and so she came with her, drove in with her, and then Mags ended up leaving about 10 minutes into the party with her boyfriend.
All right, we got to pause for a second, guys. That doesn't seem right. That her friend Mags would just show up 10 minutes and just dip. Something happened. Some may speculate and may say that we have something that could have happened between Sami and Kiely. They got into this argument. Something may have escalated an accident. Maybe someone hurt themselves, like Kiely, and they didn't know what to do. Maybe something of this magnitude might have happened, right? Could have happened. But, I'm not sure, man. This is kind of crazy. The fact that she said her another friend came there for 10 minutes and left. Why would you go to a party for just 10 minutes? I mean, that just doesn't make sense, man. I mean, to me, I don't know. Let's play it. Unpause it.
Ross, Mags's boyfriend, and told Kiely goodbye and everything. And they were never planning on like leaving together or staying together at the party. They just went to the party together because they were hanging out earlier in the day. And then I saw her the second she got there, and from that moment on, we were pretty much seen together all around the party. We would break off for mere moments from each other to go talk to other people or to go do other things, you know. But we would always come back to it.
Pause again. We would always go and do some other things. What is she talking about? What are you talking about, Sami? Do other things. What do you mean? That's another. I don't know, man. She's saying a lot of sketchy things. We're gonna be going off and doing other things. We were together. We were drinking together. We were peeing together. Come on, dude. Something is not right here. Let's play it. Sami.
Each other. We were just going around the party. We were drinking the same drinks, being teenagers, throwing glow sticks into the party, and it started to grow really big. I would say around 10 to 10:30. It just blew up. Like, it started to get to the point where I was getting overwhelmed, and I'm a very social person. I've been to a lot of these parties. I've never been overwhelmed. I've actually been underwhelmed, but at this party, it was very large. Like, it was bigger than any party we've had in Truckee all year, and for a lot of years past. There were people from what we think Sacramento, San Francisco. I remember talking to somebody who was from San Francisco, Reno, Folsom, areas that were just way out of reach from it, and it was really overwhelming and weird to see, but I didn't really think much of it. I just thought, oh, kids are around here, they have vacation homes up here, they're just coming to party, because why not? So then Kiely and I were going around taking shots and just drinking. We were trading drinks with each other, we were sharing drinks with each other. We would go back to her car to get some alcohol sometimes, and then we went to her car to charge her phone.
All right, hold on. Pause for a second. She says they were drinking. They were sharing drinks. They were drinking. They went back to her car. They went back to her car to charge her phone. This is, she knows a lot of things, Sami, I feel like. And the fact that she was doing all these things with her, she remembers these things. And so in a way, she's not, we don't look at her as the person that's done it, right? But we look at the person that she's basically been a part of her life. She was there when things happened that night, so she's kind of responsible in a way. I mean, you're guilty by association, especially a crime to this magnitude, right, guys? These are just my opinions, and I feel like, I mean, if you're with someone and something happens that's bad, that's really bad, especially and legally bad, she's admitting to drinking, to peeing together, and she doesn't remember what happened to her. I just feel like it's a little fishy, guys, but you know what I'm saying? We're listening to Sami Smith. We're hearing her out. I mean, I'm trying to like understand her. But I really think it's a little questionable, I guess you could say, and suspect just a little bit. Anyways, let's keep watching.
And we were talking about just random stuff, and then it's kind of hard to remember. And so, or no, we were talking about her texting her mom and her charging her phone and stuff, and just about the party in general. And then we had a few other friends in the car, and then we all decided to go back to the party, and we were around there for a bit. I had asked her for a ride home when we were in the car because my ride was leaving, and I wanted to stay at the party longer. And so then we ended up splitting up in the party because I went to go find another ride when we got back into the party after leaving the car, so that we could sorry, my mind is in a moment.
No, that's okay. Noah in the chat wants to
pause a second.
Who was
Pause.
at the party?
Pause.
The girl and the guy. Look into them. Was there a fight at the party?
Yeah, so there were some friendly fights that were going on. There was, like, we had boxing gloves. People were, like, trying to instigate. It wasn't anybody who had really any drama.
So they had a fight club, basically. They're saying that people were fighting, but no one was really fighting seriously. Sounds like a fight club or some shit. Everybody was just playful, yeah. That's a little sketch, man. A little sketchy, guys.
Or they weren't enemies or anything. It was more just friendly fights to keep entertainment going. This happens at a lot of our parties. We just do it to have fun. If somebody gets hurt, like, we have people on them, but
so it wasn't like a fight out of anger. It was just kind of a just a fun competition type of fighting.
Yeah, just see who wins and who goes home with the title. Which I will randomly admit, people do end up getting in fights over who won, but not this time.
Daniel Taylor wants to ask you: did Kiely have her boyfriend or an ex-boyfriend with her at the party?
No, there was no ex-boyfriend there. Her ex-boyfriend lived in Napa. He was in Napa at the time, and I think he lives in Napa. And he actually drove up the next day the second he heard that she was missing. He's very close with her family and her. There was no anything. And she does not currently have a boyfriend. She was rocking the single life, like we used to say. She just wanted to be open and single and have fun as a kid.
I get it. She's only 16. She's just a baby.
To be fully honest, I was inebriated at the time, so I wasn't
I get
fully attentive of who exactly was around us. When we were going around together, we were just in a lot of different huge groups of people we had never met, because her and I are similar in the sense that we're both very social. We'll talk to anybody we meet. We love meeting people, and so that's what we were doing and everything.
Can you tell us about her cell phone? Is there anything specific you can tell us? Go ahead.
So it has we're having trouble remembering what color. Like, my cell phone is a green phone, but I have an orange case on it. But we do know that her phone has a black case on it with a sticker on the very middle back that says sex wax on it. And it's an iPhone, not the Samsung that was found. It's an iPhone.
So it's an iPhone.
I forget which generation and which number, but I can post about that or something, or get in contact with you.
Okay. Real quickly, Laura Truman wants to ask you, what about pictures and social media posts? There has to be evidence this party went down. I'm sure there's people taking photos or TikToks. I'm sure there's got to be a TikTok video of the fight or something, right? There's got to be something out there.
Yeah, so there's hundreds of videos. We have videos of people taking videos.
Oh, wow.
We're going to pause that for a minute, man. Where are all these videos and pictures? I mean, there's no videos or pictures. Not in this case. They haven't released anything, hardly. I mean, we can only go off of what, she's saying, Sami's saying, or... I mean, supposedly the law enforcement, FBI, they dropped the ball on this one, man. Or it seems like they didn't really care. I mean, it's honestly nerve-wracking sometimes thinking about this one here. Anyways, let's keep watching, guys.
We have
very good.
Hundreds of videos, hundreds of pictures. We've asked everybody to send us any videos and any pictures they have, even if it's a picture that looks exactly like something else sent us. It could have different angles. We were looking at an app called Be Real,
which is where a lot of kids waited because the Be Real, it's an app where you can post a picture and there's 2 minutes at random points in the day. There's only one a day, and it comes as a notification will pop up on your phone that says you have 2 minutes left to post your Be Real. Like everybody has, you can post it later in the time, but you're supposed to post it in that time. We're looking at everybody's Be Reals because we know a lot of people waited until they were at that party to post their Be Reals. So we're looking for people to look back in their Snap memories of anybody that we can see in those videos, anybody that we can see in those Be Reals. We were looking at Instagram posts, photos taken on video cameras, photos taken on Snapchat, videos on all of these, and everything.
She lived fairly close. Is this picture correct? She was about 12 miles away. The Prosser family campground was roughly about 12 miles from her house. Is that correct?
That dot is not exactly where she was located. It's a little bit more to the right and towards the little blue lake that you can see up from it. It was a little bit closer to that lake, but definitely that's about, it would have taken about 30 minutes for her. We've found out about approximately 30 minutes for her to drive that way, 38 maybe.
This is crazy. I mean, you knew her being a friend. I mean, your thoughts on her running away? Would she have a reason to run away? I'm just trying to come up with anything that, I mean, it's just, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, what do you think?
To be fully honest, from what I believe about Kiely, all ideas are still open in the air. But she's not the type of girl to run away. She loves people too much, and she has too much care in her heart to leave people and not leave a note or talk with one of her friends or something. And she is smart enough to know how this would get out and that people would be worried about her. And she's a smart girl. She graduated with honors early from high school and was going to attend college.
I gotta pause that for a minute, guys. You know, Sammy Smith said that not once, not twice. She said that she's a smart girl in the other point of this interview when they were talking about how she could find her way home. She's a smart person. She's a smart girl. But that doesn't mean that you can't help her if she's under stress. You should have helped her that night. This could all been prevented, y'all. Especially, I mean, dude. Let's keep playing it, man.
And she had plans for her life, and she seemed really happy.
I'm sure she wouldn't want to put her mom through this.
No.
Her mom just is destroyed.
Her mom is fully invested in her life. So there have been dive teams sent in, and I can pretty much only say they've done thorough studies through the waters, through the...
See, that's the thing, man. It feels the trucky way. They, like Sammy Smith says, they've done thorough investigation in the water. But even though they put all these man hours and all this time in the water, the law enforcement still couldn't deliver. A YouTube group by the name of Adventures with a Purpose had to come in there and find Kiely in 30 minutes, man. Praises to them, but at the same time, I feel like, you know, law enforcement, you messed up big on this one. And it kind of sucks because we want to support the law enforcement, but when you're not, you know what I'm saying, doing your job right, these are just my opinions, but these are kind of factual too. When you're not doing your job right, you know, and someone else has to come and clean it up, it's not good. But anyways, man, let's continue this. Sammy Smith, she's not making a lot of sense. Maybe to her she is, and I'm not trying to sit here and diss Sammy Smith, but I can't understand you because you weren't a good friend, man. I mean, I feel like if she was a really good friend, then a lot of this would have never happened with Kiely. Honestly, you guys believe it. It's the truth, man. It really is. You know, she would have been looking out like how I know and I recognize that you've been drinking more than you should. You've had 1, 2, 3. I mean, you said you were taking bathroom breaks with her. You were taking a pee with her, taking a piss with her. You guys were sharing drinks. I know if I'm sharing a drink with someone and I care about them, and I call them my friend, then I would look out for them, make sure, get your ass a ride home or try to find you home. I mean, try to get you home safe is what I'm saying.
team.
But yeah, guys, so let's get back into this interview with Sam and the rest of it.
Thorough searches through the waters, through the lakes surrounding. They are searching the waters. They are searching the campgrounds and everywhere. Related lakes that are near, because Boca and Stampede are two reservoirs that are near there as well. And they are doing searches through there every single day. They have been for the past 3 days.
I'm gonna pause that for a minute. And you would think Boca, when they were searching both Boca and the reservoir, how they could have traced the steps. No, I mean like the tire marks and whatnot. They said that at first people thought that her car was there and she was driving around that campground or whatever prior. But it's also really sketchy to me that law enforcement spent, if you think about it and you really think about this case, how much time that law enforcement did spend when they did investigate the area. Like how long would it take you to investigate, like, I don't know, let's say like a whole forest preserve, you know, because this is a national forest. And supposedly they're investigating this area almost maybe 2 or 3 times a day, and you're putting in all these fucking man hours, you're putting in all these hours, and you still can't find her, and she's right there, literally 50 feet from the shoreline. Her car is right there, her SUV, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? The vehicle is right there, and they still couldn't find it. That's the sketchy part to me. And then just how people are learning all these different things about this case, and it's just really sketchy, man. It doesn't add up. You know what I mean? That's just my opinions, guys. Vinny D style. You know, on Vinny's Talk. These are just sharing my opinions, my theories. A lot of them could be factual, you know, but like this is still being investigated, and we're not going to learn the true facts until hopefully November. But yeah, let's finish this.
You wouldn't even believe the FBI and those people they are going.
I'm
To be fully honest, my biggest concern is that somebody, and I've said this in other interviews, somebody knew she was drunk, offered to give her a ride home, and they didn't give her a ride home. And they could be across the world at this point with how long she's been gone. And I'm worried that I have a feeling, and obviously, I don't know, I have a feeling that she is still.
They knew she was drunk. I mean, if she's saying, I mean, I know she's just probably saying that in like other terms or whatnot, but I guess this whole interview for me is just how sketchy she's been, like answering questions, and I don't really trust her, man. I don't think she's like a good friend. I think she's a little mean. She's a little mean, right? She's not being like honest. Or maybe she thinks she's being honest, but she's just really sketch. She's not, you know, she wasn't, first of all, she didn't stick up for Kiely. She didn't sit Kiely down and be like talk to her like woman to woman, like even if they were buzzed, you'd be like, look, girl, or you know how you talk to your friends, like, look, bitch, I'm drunk. Can you help me get home? Or just like, you know what I'm saying? If they have to talk that way, I know it's not the way to talk, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes when you're buzzed, people talk to each other differently. And maybe you should have been like, look, you know what I'm saying? I understand you're buzzed right now, and I'm gonna find you a ride home. Don't worry about it. Don't trip. Just chill. You know what I'm saying? Relax. You know, that's not what happened though. It seems like she didn't look out for her friends. So and this is what's going on, man. We're talking about it. We're trying to figure out what happened. But yeah, guys, let's go.
I have a feeling, and obviously, I don't know. I have a feeling that she is still alive and she's still out there and she's still fighting, but that there's somebody else involved, and that's not confirmed. I believe I think there has to be somebody else involved in this.
Yeah. Did I hear that right? We gotta rewind that, man. This girl tripped me out. For real? Let's run it back for a minute.
And she was not driving. So, okay. At the end of the party, when I saw her, she was supposed to give me a ride home because I had asked her to give me a ride home because I wanted to stay later. I then realized later in the party that I believe she was drunk. and I knew she was drunk, and so I did not want her to be driving me home.
Pause. Did you just hear what she said? She said it again. I didn't want you to drive me home because you're drunk. But what about her? What about her well-being? Sammy? Don't you want her to get home safe too? I mean, if that's your friend and you're saying that, wow. Dude. I'm paused, man. We can finish this.
Because I know about drunk drivers and all that, and so and I figured she would be staying there, or she would find the ride home. She's a smart girl.
She's a smart girl. Sure, she's a smart girl. Let her drive home drunk. She's so smart that I'll let her drive home drunk. Doesn't make any sense, Sammy. Just because it's for you, don't you know what I'm saying? This is the problem with this girl, dude. She's like, I don't want to drive with you because you're drunk, and I worry about me, like, you know what I mean? But like, what about her? I just don't understand, dude. That's not a real friend, you know what I mean? That's kind of shitty, man. That's really shitty. Unpause, guys.
She's smart enough to know, she's smart. And so...
Unpause. So what does that mean, she's smart? So she's drunk and she's smart, but I'm her best friend, Sammy, and I'm going to let her drive. No, you're supposed to be like, yo, I'm not going to let you drive. Oh, man, dude. I think I see why people, like, don't like her. And it's a little selfish. I mean, come on, girl. Come on, Sammy. Come on, Sammy. The Chucky way. I mean, it's what it seems like here. She's acting Chucky as hell right now. That's bogus. So, man, this comes down to... I'm going to unpause it for a second, guys. It comes down to this, man. You know, if Sammy actually looked out, you know, and would have been, like, helping her. Like, hey, I'm going to find you a ride home. Why Sammy didn't do that, I don't know. I really can't tell you. But this is why I feel like a lot of people don't really like Sammy. Why they hate and be like, well, not hate, but you know what I'm saying, like they can't trust her. It seems super suspect. She does, man. She just says things, and you know she acts upon it. Maybe, who knows? But we weren't there that night, so we really can't say. It's just the fact that how she went about it makes her a suspect. How she carried that night out. We could sit here all night and speculate till we're blue in the face, and we could say these things, right? But I mean, we weren't there truly, but we could put ourselves in that position and be like, hey, if I was that person that night, I would have looked out for my friend, because she's actually very, you know what I'm saying, not self-aware. She's a little buzzed, or she's intoxicated. I want to look out, try to find her a ride home, or even give her a ride home myself, just to make sure she gets home safe. But that didn't happen. It seems like her friends Megs had left soon as she got there at about 10 minutes in the party, so she just left, so no one really knew what was going on there. And then supposedly, you know, she's the last person to talk to her at 12:36. I don't believe it, because the last ping on her cell phone, and where is her cell phone? They still haven't found her cell phone yet, so that's kind of crazy. But anyways, guys, yeah, that's the video, the interviews that I wanted to go over. And you know, Sammy says that they were searching for her and she thought she was alive. But you know, I just when I watch these interviews and you do reactions on them, you see the sketchiness. I mean, this one's super sketch. It's got a lot of different parts. And when she says that she's smart, you know, she's smart, don't worry about it. I trust her. She's smart. I mean, yeah. I get what you were saying that when you're saying she's smart, but at the same time, she was not really. She didn't look out for her. She didn't say, "Hey, I'm gonna find you a ride home. I'm gonna look out for you." You know what I'm saying? So, nah, man, that's a super suspect. Anyways, guys, you guys are on Vinny's Talk, man. We're just on here talking about the Kiely Rodni case. Sami Smith, man, talking about how she was bogus as hell. You know what I mean? And there's so much talk about these cameras. I just want to touch on that a little bit about the cameras. This is one story here, obviously the way her friends had acted towards her. But what had happened to Kiely, we don't really know. All we know is that her SUV was found at the bottom of the reservoir, and it was discovered by a YouTube group. Shout out to Adventures with a Purpose. But that's all we know as far as where they found her. But we don't know how she passed and everything else that had happened and how she got in that water. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to know and find out the truth. And there's so much different ways and angles of speculation, videos, you know, video cameras and cameras in the fucking trees, cameras in the fucking skies and shit. Like, you don't even know where there's cameras and there's cameras. No, I'm just no, but there's cameras. And honestly, the cameras that they were looking for were those infrared cameras. And sometimes infrared cameras are very good, depending on the resolution and whatnot. But and also the way the atmosphere was. I mean, the climate. You got to think about those cameras. If they were brand new, then they were working. You know what I'm saying? And if they were old, maybe all the elements were getting to them. But I feel like those cameras were new. They were just put in. You know what I'm saying? If they were just put in now, between now and a month before or after, I'm not sure if they were put in. I mean, I'm just saying, if they were new, then the cameras will probably be acting and performing a lot better than if they were old. But I'm saying that older cameras will still work, but I'm not sure the resolution would be the same as far as, like, I don't think they were 4K, right? Maybe 1080. I don't know. 1080 is still good. But I mean, like I said, man, there's different speculations of looking at this case of, I mean, I'm not saying about how I feel towards these cameras, right? I'm not saying that I don't believe it, or I'm not saying that I totally agree with it, because I feel like there's like flaws in everything. And even at this footage that we're seeing, the supposedly lights and her car actually drive into the water, and you actually, if you pay attention, you see like different lights in different directions at Prosser, at the campground, as they're going around and driving around in circles. Well, not in circles, but there is like really dark little roads in Prosser, you know, that's all Tahoe National Forest area. So that's like campgrounds. They have all different like different roads and deep road, like paths back there. You know, I can imagine they probably have some back roads that could lead to like some probably main streets that you could actually get out of. I could see like dirt bikes maybe going back there. Probably hella dirt bikes. Man, I could see like a lot of things, and all those different twists and turns. You know, like that's why I said I wouldn't say that I would not agree that my just personal opinion thinks something had happened to her, and that was like, I'm team foul play, obviously, but I wouldn't be. I'm not saying that it could never happen. That it could she might have drove herself into the water on accident because she couldn't see because of these roads. I mean, shit, anything's possible. Accidents can't happen, right, guys? I mean, all of us have different ways and different feels about how we look at things in life and how we feel about this case. Some may think that she took a wrong turn on one of these roads, because these roads, they're twisty, right? And if you look at the camera, the infrared camera, because I see one on YouTube, and if you look at it, you see different lights going different directions. Supposedly these are headlights. They look like orbs, like literally they do. And at about, I think it was like 12:35, 12:36, you see her headlights like literally going into the water. I mean, right around that time, you know, you see all these lights, and then you see cars like following behind, but on a different road, and she's going one way and these cars are going another way. And honestly, like I said, I don't know how much you can trust it, if that's factual or not. All we really factually know, and the truth is that Kiely has passed away. You know what I'm saying? She's no longer with us. Justice for her. You know what I mean? But all we truly know is that the car went into that water. Like, we don't know. Obviously, we don't know how it got there. But that's what that's what we're trying to figure out. And that's the hard part, y'all. You know? Anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining Vinny's Talk. And we have to get justice for Kiely. You know, that's the big goal, man. And like I said, no one's really, we can't really, that's the big question, is what happened and how she got down in that water. And with all those different turns at Prosser, man, if you take a look at, you know, you can YouTube that shit and you can look. And I've seen different videos of people showing you how it is there at night. And my only personal experience of being in the wilderness and going to state parks, national parks, and even big forests like that is like, there's pine trees there, you know, it's dark, it's really dark at night. And then if there's a pond or even a lake or like a reservoir, like that was a reservoir, kind of like a lake, you know, you can't really see, especially with water. Big bodies of water are very dark. So I do agree to some extent that I'm not saying that an accident couldn't happen, that she just drove in there an accident, because maybe she was too intoxicated. Supposedly, maybe she was on something, but that's where I'm saying, like, Sami comes into play. Like, she is a suspect in that manner because she let her friend down. Like, she could have helped, she could have prevented that from happening, because supposedly she claims to be your friend, but she's not acting like one, guys. And that's what happens. But, you know, I'm not putting this on anybody. I'm just saying the facts, the shit that went down. You know what I mean? Because I know if I was a real friend of somebody's and I knew they were drunk as hell, or they couldn't, you know, they couldn't be coherent or whatnot, I would look out for them, get them home to safety, y'all. But I really feel like the infrared cameras and the fire cams are very interesting to me, especially to learn about how they work in different climates. And I mean, those cameras are there from like summer, fall, winter, in the snow, and I can only imagine how they work. Like I said, I don't know if they're new or they're old, but they're different angles of different parts of the freaking Tahoe area there. So I mean, obviously there could be some facts in that. There could be some helpful things to solving kind of the case. I don't know about actually, I mean, it's not going to tell us how she got in there, right? Unless somehow they could zoom up. You know what I'm saying? They can't zoom up, then you can't really figure that other part out. But yeah, guys, that's how I feel about my thoughts for today. You know, I got a lot of thoughts, man. I'm always coming up with different thoughts and how I look and view things. And sometimes I need to recap, especially on this case. It makes you want to like think and dig for more clues and like look. But yeah, guys, I want to thank you guys for joining this cast, man. We're about almost an hour in. I don't want to take too much time, but Justice for Kiely. This was Sami Smith talking about some interviews, and we went over some interviews with Sami Smith, and we talked about the Kiely Rodni case. And hopefully you guys could like, subscribe to my videos, smash that like button, smash that like button, y'all, man. And I appreciate all the love and support. My channel's still growing, you know what I mean, but we're coming along nice. And yeah, man, so thank you guys for joining this Vinny's Talk, man. All right, till the next time, guys, you guys know what to do, man. Peace out. Peace. Vinny D, baby.